for the serious gamer.
Hey, next on Tactics, it's GUNNS4HIR, and this is a Battleground assessment on World at War Roundhouse. This is where I try and explain basically my thoughts when I'm going through this game and why I choose to go in certain directions or what I'm thinking when I'm going through. And again, this is a little bit difficult unless I'm recording it as I'm playing, but for the most part, even when I watch, I think the exact same way, so it's easy for me to sort of figure that stuff out. Alright, first things first, and I know some of you guys, a lot of you actually hate the tanks, and you know what, I'm not terribly fond of them myself. However, they are in the game, and because they're very, very powerful, very difficult to take out, and can wreak havoc on everyone, you must, as a smart thing to do in any of these games, other than getting stuck like a noob, like I just did there, even if you use them, even if you're just going to blow them up, use them and blow them up. Do not, I repeat, do not allow the enemy to get a hold of these things. Because if you do not actually go into one of these tanks, they will. And then they're going to wreak havoc on you. That's when you're going to hate it. So even if you absolutely hate the tanks, who cares? Get them in there, go like right for the enemy. Who cares? Get it blown up, maybe you die, maybe you get 3 kills and then you get blown up to smithereens. Who cares? You know what I mean? 3 kills, 1 death, not a big deal. You know what I mean? Your death should not mean a lot. But make sure you do not allow the enemy to take control. I'm going to actually show you a video how to properly utilize the tank as well. Because you can get a lot of, like I said, I mean, they're very powerful, so you can get a lot of kills. But there are other tricks that you can use the tanks for that will enable you to get considerably more kills. Now, you can see it's red. It's almost ready to go. I don't care. I'll stay in this thing until it actually blows up, until the enemy gets it. I mean, is it here? Almost. Getting close, getting close. This thing's almost ready to go. But as I said before, and you can use it to assist your teammates. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you want the team to win. So use it to trap or to hold in the enemy. Generally what happens is the enemy, and I use this, you'll see it after, I'll use it to my advantage. The enemy is generally not scared of a tank, because tanks are pretty slow, and you can, I can dance around and skate around a tank easily, unless someone's in the gunner position. But generally, tanks are slow, they're not that really scary. People that know how to use them properly, they can be quite deadly, and I'll give you a couple of tips on how to use them properly so that you can wreak havoc as well. But as I said before, get in one of the tanks. I don't care if you hate them, if you think it's noobish, you either get in there and use it or you end up getting blown up by an artillery shell. Now, Battleground assessment in Roundhouse, almost everybody sticks to the perimeter. The only time that they go through the middle is if they're an extremely aggressive team, or they're seeing, like these guys, like I said before, they're not generally scared. I think I get a double here. Yeah. There we go. So now it's finally dead. Who cares? You know what? 5 kills. Tank's out of the way. Now I don't have to worry about it. If there's another one, again, I'll grab it. Sometimes I'll actually even get in a tank and purposely look down and hunt down the other tanks and blow them up. I don't care. Because if my teammates aren't in it... Oh, I think that was a triple. If my teammates aren't going to go in it, I'll be damned if I'm going to let the enemy get in it and wreak havoc. So I will purposely use the tank to blow up the other tanks, and then I don't care. And it gets rid of them, and then you can get out and have a little bit of fun here. Now we're going to go through a bit of... The strategy's good, but I do get owned quite a few times in a row here before I start getting on my own little killing spree. Always pick up weapons. In World at War, you got your handgun, and while you can be fast with them, if you come across an MP40 or a Type 100 or anything for that matter, it's best to switch it up. Unless your 2 weapons are going to be 2 sniper weapons, you do want, like, that handgun. You want something for close quarter. Anyway, you'll notice what I'm doing here is kind of the same that I always do. It's not necessarily where the red dots are. I mainly focus on where my teammates are. I look at where the green is, rather than looking for red, because you're only going to see one red once in a while, and chances are, if you're seeing red, they could end up easily getting killed and spawn somewhere else. And where they're going to spawn, if you're looking at this map, is opposite of where your team is. There we go. That's why the handgun is nice. You can really, I mean, if you've got a good trigger finger, or you're a little cheapskate, and you got a turbo controller or whatever, you know, the handguns can actually be very, very effective. But whatever, I don't really care. Turbo controllers, I mean, they're a pain in the ass because they make guns like the M1A1 carbine absolutely ridiculously deadly. I mean, I'm pretty fast with it myself, but when you have someone with a good turbo on that thing, oh my god, that's annoying. So as you're going to see here again, I look to see where the green is. Who cares if they have silencers? Who cares where they're firing? I'm not concerned where the front lines are. I'm concerned where my teammates are. And this is the area where I'm going to get owned a few times. And the friggin' dogs are out chewing on parts of my body that I wish I had still intact. But those dogs, they do like large bones, so they tend to like me. You know what I mean? Or that's just my ego. Oh, when the dogs are out, it's dog killing time. Concentrate on killing those puppies. Don't give these guys any more kills. The dogs can easily tear you up, so I concentrate. Honestly, I concentrate on... Well, the knifing, by the way, is not the easiest in this game. But I do concentrate on killing the dogs, because they can really turn a game and flip it around easily for you. So I concentrate on putting down the little puppies. Yes, I'm a puppy killer. Okay, so now again, green. You generally don't want... The only time that you're actually going to stay here, and I think there's a point later on in this game where I hold back. Instead of going after, generally... and okay, I'm gonna go around again. See the tanks? This is why I almost sometimes purposely locate friendly tanks. Especially if that tank is away from your teammates. If you see your green teammates on one side of the map, but there's one of your friendly tanks deep in enemy territory, that's where I'm going. You know why? It's like the perfect lure. It's the perfect lure because generally you're not afraid of it. Tanks are slow, and the rest of the enemy team are gonna swarm that thing. They're gonna go around. They're gonna try and throw their satchel charges, their grenades. They're gonna do everything they can to get in close. Like that guy, he sees the tank, he wants the tank, and they're not scared to come out. But unfortunately, they don't see us. All they see is the tank. It's easy for them to spot the tank because it lights up like crazy on the screen, and it attracts them. It's like a lure. So if you hang around a tank that's away from your main sort of core or whatever, you're going to get a lot of kills. You just got to be a little bit careful. Keep your distance from it, but within the relative proximity of the actual tank. Believe me, everybody, it's always the same. They always go after it. Anyway, and here's the point that I was trying to tell you before I got distracted by the giant tank lure. It's like a Rapala or Rapala. I don't know. I'm a fisherman too, but I don't care what you call it. It catches fish. Anyway, that's what tanks are. Tanks are on a friendly tank. Hang around them, you're going to get some kills. Now this I sort of hold back. The reason why I'm not going away from my team, number one, I see the UAV. Number two, the team seems to be a little PO'd, and they're coming fairly aggressively to us. See, they're coming through the center now. They're getting very aggressive. I'm not sure. I think we're losing at this point here. So they're feeling momentum. It's near the end, so they get a little more brave, which is their downfall because we turn it around and start winning. Those dogs really tear it up. That's what I'm saying. If you don't concentrate on killing dogs, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. All right, so now we push back. We're starting to win, especially with the dogs. So now it's time to push forward. And you see, I move away from my team. Wherever my green is, that's where I'm moving away from. I want to move away from that because that's where they're going to spawn. Opposite where the green is, that's where the enemy's going to spawn, and that's where you're going to spawn trap them. That's where you're going to get your kills from. So don't worry about where the red dots are. Worry about where you're... Oh, do I die here? I don't know. Oh, dog gets him. There you go. Anyway, that's the end. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more Battleground assessments. I'm GUNNS4HIR. Peace.